Blast me to the sewers! It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Comic Hero Adventures 4-pack by Playmates. Hi folks, Merlin here, bringing you another action figure video review. So today I've got something a little special, and that is this. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Comic Heroes Adventure 4-pack. So yeah, this was on offer recently on Amazon. It is an Amazon exclusive, though I have seen it pop up on eBay, but a little bit more. So yeah, pretty cool package. Nice set of 4 action figures, as it says on the box. So we get classic comic book style Leo and Raph, plus we have from the original toy line of 87 and 88, we have a reissue of April and Adrian Gecko. So we'll take a look at these in a minute. They come in a fantastic little display box based on the classic Turtle Van from the 87 series. So yeah, looking like a great set of figures. So before we dive into that, don't forget to, of course, like the video if you are enjoying my action figure content. And if you are, please consider subscribing to the channel as it helps us grow. Also, if you'd like to see more of these, please drop a comment down below. And also consider signing up to the Mad Merlins Patreon, where you can help support all my mad content from as little as £3 a month. So let's take a look at these awesome action figures. Right, I've had to zoom all the way out to get everything in shot, but here we are with the outer packaging for the 4-pack. So we'll just open that up. Oops, that's it, throw my knife around. I am a professional, I swear. So just cut the tape. And then we get to see April's feet and that rather beautiful internal packaging. Just get it started and then we can pull it all the way out. There we go. So yeah, here we have the awesome Turtle Van packaging that the figures come in. So on the side, we got Raph looking all Raffy. We got Leo in the driver's seat. We got Adrian there on his jet skateboard, sticking to the side of the van, getting a free ride. Not that he needs it with a jet skateboard. And as we've already seen, there's April on the back on the computers. And at the top has the Turtle Van plus Eastman and Laird's Ninja Turtle Adventures. So yeah, these are based on that classic Eastman and Laird style. So let's open them up and see what the inside is like. So going in from the rear, looks like it. And there we are. So it looks like I opened it the correct way, because this is the actual way the figures are standing up. So remove that, and we got our figures. So first off, we got Leonardo, more in the animation style because he's got his blue bandanas. But yeah, it looks pretty fantastic. Next up, we've got Raph with his slightly oversized size, I think. Yeah, fantastic. Next up, we got Adrian Gecko, or Mondo Gecko, as he's known. So yeah. And finally, we have April, who has, for some reason, an extra set of weapons on the side. So she has 2 sets of her accessories. She looks pretty cool in that classic yellow jumpsuit style. Yeah, really cool, nicely done face printing. So what we'll do, we'll take these out their packaging, we'll have a look at each of them individually, and then we'll bring them all in for a group shot at the end. So we'll start, I think, with the turtles, then we'll move on through. So we'll start taking a look at Leonardo then. So we have Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures on the top there. We have all the turtles in a classic style of their original packaging. And then we have the classic turtles in the style that they saw in the comics, including their tails. So that's pretty cool. Flipping over to the back, we have a bit of a background on the history of the turtles, the same artwork that we had on the reissue of the Retro Turtles. And we even have a little bit about the series. So, catapulted from the indie comic origins to superstardom by the original Murakami Wolf Swenson animated series, TMNT ran on air for nearly a decade, 1987 to 1996, and ranked #1 in ratings for an unprecedented 5 straight years. Featured in over 190 episodes, the fun-loving, shell-kicking teens are still recognized around the world and fondly remembered by fans, and every bite of pizza. So yeah, there's the ones. These are the figures in the collection we have here. So this is the first of a series of 4 packs. The second one is pretty cool. That comes with Don, Mikey, Splinter, and Ray Fillet. So yeah, all the backs, as we've seen, are exactly identical. So we'll only take a look really at the one here. So let's crack him open and we'll take a look at the actual figure. So here we have Leo out of the packaging and ready to kick some shell. As you'll see, these guys are sculpted with that classic gritty style that the original comics had. So that's pretty cool. It'd probably look better if this was a cel-shaded version where it's all white and black. It'd look a lot better. But it still picks out and stands out quite nicely in this coloured version. So the headbands are rubbery, so they don't snap too hard. And even though in my research it said that they took one head and reused it, on camera focus, this is definitely a more unique sculpt, especially compared to Raph, who has one side of his mouth open. But yeah, pretty cool. So articulation, then we have the head on a ball joint, but it is really stiff, so yeah, you can get a full 360. Can't look up too much, but can look down a little bit. So the arms are on pegs, can rotate full 360 in and out, and then rotate at the elbow, and that is it. Really annoyed there's no wrist rotation. It makes posing a heck of a lot harder, especially on this arm, where it only really wants to go in one direction all the time. Legs, again, are on pegs, so you can get full 360 rotation in and out. You don't have a lot of bend in the knees, and kick forwards quite a bit, and then bend back about that far. And again, no ankle articulation, but it rotates at the knee if you want it to. So yeah, not the best for a articulated turtle. I think the original 80s turtles had a little bit better articulation. They at least had bicep rotation, so their front arms rotated separately from the elbow. So the only way you can get a straight arm is to have a slightly bent elbow like that. But yeah, it doesn't bode well for articulation. So yeah, still rather great figures nonetheless, nicely detailed. We don't have the full weapon storage belts like the originals did, but as if I remember correctly, these are based more on the original comic books, and pretty much they were all identical back then. They had the same brown belts, they all had brown pads and bands, and their bandanas were all red. But yeah, it wasn't until the 87 animation series where they were personalized and individualized a whole lot more. Yeah, right. So that's Leo. Let's next take a look at Raphael. So here we have Raph, and body-wise it is exactly the same. The only thing unique is that head sculpt. So we got a rather classic turtle mouth snarl. And yeah, individually different bandana poses. So each one's a little bit more unique. Though I believe the effects are, yeah, pretty much the effecting is the same on all of them. They've just had a slight repose for the mouth to make them a little more unique, as well as the knot on the bandana. So Raph comes with his size, which look a little oversized, but I mean, I have a set of real size and they are pretty massive, so yeah. And again, that articulation is really limiting. These guys aren't going to be the best action pose you can think of. They can get a few kicks. Very limited knee articulation. Legs go forward a heck of a lot more than they actually go back. So we can get some nice upright standing poses at least, and that's about it. I will say that the mold lining on Raph is a little more noticeable than Leo. I barely noticed it on Leo. But as soon as I pulled Raph out of the packaging, bang, I noticed this. So while it's still all the same mold, not exactly 100% care has been taken with making sure each one is equally hidden and unnoticeable. But yeah. Still pretty cool. Like I said, it is literally the same body, much like the original comics were. But yeah, still really cool figures. They look great on a shelf. Just like I said, posing is really limited. I believe the 2012 to 16 Turtles were very similar tooling, but they had a little bit better articulation than these guys. I have the 4 set of Turtles from that range, and yeah, they were definitely a lot more posable than these guys. Still, they look the part. They help fill out a hole in the collection if you have a hole in the collection. So yeah, there's Raph. All right, let's take a look at Mondo Gecko. So here we have Mondo Gecko, or Adrian Gecko, I believe he's now known in the newer Mutant Mayhem movie. But yeah, very awesome. He is a redo of the classic 88 or 89 wave of mutants. So yeah, he has even less articulation than the 4 turtles. He just rotates at the shoulders. The legs, though, are on ball joints. As you can see, they are little exposed ball joints. But at least we get a nice range of rotation there. And his head is just on a swivel. And of course, he can mount his board. And he can pull a few sick moves. So yeah, not one of my favourite characters, but yeah, he's pretty cool. Like I said, I don't know too much about him as he's not a particular fan favourite of mine. But he's pretty cool. I believe he is an ally of the Turtles. So yeah, he even has a roller skate on his tail there just to help he's dragging his tail along when he's walking. Pretty nice detailed knee pads. He's got one of a skull and one of a spike. And some pretty standard skateboarding elbow pads. And he even has a grip glove there on the right hand. And he even has braces picked out in metal there. And his tongue is sticking out the side, picked out in a nice dark red there. So yeah, pretty cool. Really nice figure. And he does live up to what he was at the time. So yeah, pretty cool for his age. Right, last but not least, we've got the Turtles' key ally, April O'Neil. And last but not least, we have April here with her accessories as well. And yeah, she is much the same as the original April that came out in that first wave of figures back in '87. Yeah, unchanged, but she has that classic cartoon accurate yellow jumpsuit with the white accents. Her posing is much like Adrian's, very much the same at the time, so rotate at the shoulders, rotate at the head, and rotate at the legs, so she can do all those high kicks. Oh, and she even has waist rotation, so that's awesome. So she can get a few more poses off better than the rest of the figures in the set. But she doesn't like to stand all that well. Accessories wise, she falls over. She has a little flashlight, so these are all done on a grey plastic frame. She has her newscasting briefcase with some little control panel bits there, helping to edit her film together when she's been out filming. She has the obligatory 87 figure Ninja Star. Every figure had to have at least one, and she comes with one, which she can wield and throw to defend herself. But what reporter isn't a reporter without a gun? Wait, what? No, sorry, without a camera. So, yeah. How does this fit? Yeah, gun forms the handle on the camera somehow. Yeah, I really don't know. Oh, yeah, so it is supposed to be like that on a funny angle, and then she holds it. She can at least hold it up to her eye, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know why April has a gun. Perhaps it's comic accurate, I'm not too sure. I've only got like one or two of the actual original comics, so I'm not too sure she ever did wield a gun, but she definitely didn't in the one I got where they went to Egypt. Yeah, pretty cool figure nonetheless. And her briefcase, you can put the torch and the Ninja Star in. and close it up. Although it doesn't hold together very well, which I think is why we have this second set. Because if we look closely, the pegs are ever so slightly smaller, so I'm guessing that's why we have this set, so that they close up better. I will have a look on for myself afterwards, and I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, there we have April, so let's bring the figures back in, and I'll give you my final thoughts, talk about the pricing and the actual release schedule of these figures. I just found out on April she actually has arm rotation, so she can get a little bit of a better pose at least with her arms. She doesn't have that same goofy style pose all the time. But yeah. It's a pity she doesn't have much more in the way of arm articulation, but still, she does look like she's going to pop a cap. Just doesn't like to stand very well. But there we have it. So that is the 4th set in all the ninja glory. And yeah, she's fallen over again. There we go. So let's start talking about the actual figures themselves. So as I mentioned earlier, these are all reissue figures. The 84 classic style Turtles actually came out first in 2014, hot off the feet of the NECA or NASA turtle figures. When they released their wave in 2014 of comic accurate Turtles, it was hotly anticipated by the fans, and Playmates saw a gap to be filled in their own. So they released these. I believe some of the early ones that came out were individual figures with packaging very similar to the, at the time, 2012 CGI series packaging. But yeah, they eventually got released in triple packs as a evolution, which again was reissued. So it had the 2012 version of that turtle, the original 87 version of the turtle, and these versions of the 84 comic style, which had come out also in the same year. So yeah, pretty modern for turtle figure styles. I do like them, pretty nice. Would have liked a little bit more posability on them, maybe a little bit more uniqueness in their faces. Pretty much all they've got is a slight difference to their mouths posing and the different direction of the headband. Could have been better. And for Mondo and April here, yeah, these guys are part of the original toy line. April was actually part of the original 10, which included the 4 Turtles, Splinter and April, Shredder, the Foot Soldier, and Bebop and Rocksteady. The original 10 were pretty cool, and were hot favourites by a lot of people in '87 when they came out. So yeah, looking at these guys then, price-wise, so they are an Amazon exclusive. They are $50 for the 4, plus that awesome display box, which I'll be keeping the packaging in for future. Hopefully collectability. I don't know if it will increase the value having the packaging, but it is a nice little cool box nonetheless. Yeah, other than that, you can find them, as I mentioned at the start of the video. I've seen it on eBay when I was doing research on these guys. But you are going to be paying a little bit more than you would be if you went direct to Amazon. I picked this up when it is on offer, reduced to $44, which I believe it is now starting to circulate at $44 as the second set has been released at the full $50. But yeah, with shipping fees from America, because this is America Amazon exclusive only, it came to about £60. Not too bad. and it arrived pretty quickly. I ordered it end of September. The original shipping notice said I wouldn't be getting it until about the middle and end of October, but it turned up on the 9th, which was pretty much ahead of schedule. And yeah, really nice to get hold of these guys at long last. So yeah, picked these up again because I'm a fan of the classic Turtle comics, much more than I think the modern style, even though I did grow up with the 87 Turtles. And of course the 91 movie Turtles, which I've never actually gotten the action figures for, but they do look kind of goofy, even when you compare them to the original 87s. But yeah, it's a nice box set, and I think I might be picking up the second one probably sometime next year if it goes down in price a little bit. So the second one includes the other two Turtles, Splinter with a more comic book style effect, so he's got slightly grey fur and a more red robe than pink. And it also includes Ray Fillet, one of the other mutant hero characters from the comic book series. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research, I think, on some of these characters and figure them out a bit more for future videos. That's pretty much it. So there's not a lot else to talk about. The packaging they came in, the main selling point is that outer box. Looks really cool. The inner packaging is, yeah, it covers a bit of the basic background. It gives you the story of the Turtles. And yeah, just shows you the 4 in this set. Nice that they included the extra set of April's weapons. Like I said, they are slightly retooled compared to the set that I got out of the box. So I'm guessing that means the actual case will clip together better. I will try it out and let you know in post. But yeah, not much more to say. I like that I've got 2 more classic retro figures to add to my retro figure collection. And it's nice that I've got these cool comic accurate Turtles as well. April is more accurate to how she appeared in the show, with that pure yellow jumpsuit with light white accents. The original April figure, I believe, had a lot of orange added on over her pockets and stuff like that to help break up the yellow. I'm not too sure about the original April's face sculpt, but this one is definitely... it's not too bad. I think the printing is a little too high. I can sort of see where the eye lines might have been missed. So yeah, they are a little on the high side, but she does look pretty cool. Definitely screams April. But yeah, she's not been the strongest figure. She's got a rather goofy stance and doesn't stand all that well. But I think she's a little bit better than Shredder. Shredder was in that cool crouching pose. So I definitely want to plan to pick up the 4-pack of Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, and I think it's Krang or the Foot Soldier that come in a similar box to this, but it's more styled on the Foot Tunneler vehicle that they often see in the show. So yeah, definitely going to be picking up some more of these classic figures, I think, in the near future. But yeah, let me know what you think. For a little bit of a rating then, I think if you're looking to get all 4 of these figures, it's a solid 10. For me, I'm not too bothered with Mondo Gecko. He's, like I said, he's not my favourite of the characters. Never had any affinity for him when I was growing up. So it's a bit of a weakness. So for me, the main selling point are the 4 Turtles and April. So I'd probably give it a 6 to a 7 out of 10 for that. I mean, pushing it to a 7 would be the cool packaging we do get, that awesome Turtle Van box. But yeah, still nice to have these classic figures in the collection. And I'll definitely be picking up some more. that's pretty much it then, I think, for this video review. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. Let me know if you've picked up any of these Amazon exclusive sets for yourself. And if you have, what did you think of them? As usual, there are of course all my links in the video description box down below. And that's it for this video. I would like to say thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.